talk about ham radio in terms of it being the personal things that you can do with it in terms of reaching out to other people, making friendships, building relationships, sharing the joy of what a great hobby it is, that you can sit in a little room in the middle of nowhere and reach out. It's like fishing. You could just throw your call sign out there and end up talking to somebody in Kazakhstan or some country you've never heard of. I mean, it's a great geography lesson for kids and adults alike. When you're on the radio, you never quite know who you're going to talk to. And for me, that's fun. It's like you're suddenly making new friends. And through social media, I made friends with a ham over in Scotland, and we went on vacation there a couple of years ago and ended up getting an invitation to come visit their club while we were over there. So we actually were able to build our vacation around going to visit Stirling, Scotland, and hung out. Dwayne sat down at the radio and probably made about 100 some odd. How many? Yeah, he made 100 some odd QSOs. We were hanging out, visiting with everyone, and I did a little live stream while I was there. And it's just like, where else would you do? What other hobbies bring these kind of opportunities to you? You know, where you have virtual strangers, or someone will drive up the street and see your tower and knock on the door. You're like, hey, come on in my shack. Let's have a cup of coffee and talk ham radio.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's, to me, I guess, is probably, while it's not, making 25 QSOs on 6 meters in the middle of summer type of a thing. For me, it's really the people side of things, I guess, I love the being on the radio, but being able to talk to people about ham radio, I find a lot of fun too, and trying to share how fun it is. And it's, it doesn't matter your age or skill set. It's just, get on the air and have some fun. Cool.
Well,
hey, I see my friend Ed is on here, and then 6AA. Hi, Ed.
That's good. Give a shout out to Ed, and also we've got KM6KJA from is it Irving or Irvine?
Irvine, I believe.
Irvine, California.
Irvine, yeah.
Yeah. My pronunciation of things would be a lot different. With
right.
The Australian accent, of course. And when you
you have an accent.
And when you, I'm glad that you were talking earlier about British accents and being able to understand them. I'm sure that Australian accents are much more difficult. When you come to visit Australia, you can join our local radio club and operate from there. So there's open invitation.
Perfect.
I think I'm vice president of the club. I'm sure I can do that.
I bet you can make it happen.
I can make it happen.
All right.
So, that actually moves into one of my next questions. So you mentioned that you started a radio club. Do you want to speak a little bit more about that? And are you involved in any other radio clubs? So